In the quiet town of Maplebrook, where kids rode their bikes on wide streets lined with orange maple trees, lived a 12 years old boy named Mason Parker. Mason was friendly, funny, and full of energy, but he had one habit: he talked a lot. Mason talked so much that he rarely paused long enough to listen. At home, he interrupted his parent. In school, he finished his teacher's sentences. And with friends, well, he always jumped in with his own stories before anyone else could finish theirs. Everyone liked Mason, but sometimes they wished he could slow down just enough to listen. One Monday morning, Mason rushed through the school's hallway, waving at friends and telling jokes. But someone was missing: his best friend Jay. Jay was the quiet one, soft person, gentle, always smiling. But today his seat in class remained empty, and the next day too. Mason noticed, but he was so busy talking about soccer's practice and video games that he did not stop to wonder why. On Wednesday afternoon, while Mason was shooting hoops, Jay finally appeared. He was walking alone, head down, shoulders low, and eyes tight. Mason ran toward him. "Jay, dude, where have you been? You missed the funniest thing in maths class." But before Mason could finish, Jay whispered, "Nothing right now, please." Mason blinked. Jay had never talked like that before. For the first time, Mason felt something he was not used to: silence. And a tiny voice inside him said, maybe you should silent. That evening, Mason asked his mom if he could visit Jay's house. She agreed. The sun was setting when Mason walked up Jay's porch, stepped and knocked softly. Jay opened the door with red-eyed and puffy. Instead of talking, Mason simply asked, "Do you want to talk about it?" Jay did not answer it with words. He stepped aside and let Mason in. The school was unusually quiet. No TV, no laughter, no warm smell of dinner. Everything felt heavy. They sat on the couch. Seconds passed, then minutes. Mason wanted to speak, but for the first time ever, he held back. Finally, Jay said in a trembling voice, "My parents, they are getting divorced." Mason's heart dropped. Jay continued, "I did not know how to talk to, and I thought maybe you would not understand because you always have something to say." That hurt Mason's a little. But he knew Jay was not trying to be mean. He was just being honest. So Mason did something he had never done before. He listened, truly listened. He did not interrupt. He did not try to give solutions. He did not change the topic. He just sat with his friend, letting Jay talk, cry, pause, breathe. And slowly, Jay began to feel lighter. Over the next few weeks, Mason made real changes. When Jay talked, Mason stayed quiet. In class, he raised his hand after others finished. At lunch, he asked questions from friends and waited for their answers. People noticed. His teacher noticed, and Jay especially noticed. One afternoon, as they sat at the school playground watching little kids on the swing, Jay nudged him and said with a smile, "You know, you are a really good listener now." Mason grinned. He did not need to say anything. His smile was enough. Sometimes being a good friend isn't about what you say. It's about what you are willing to hear. Mason learned that listening isn't just staying quiet, it's giving someone your attention, your heart, your patience. Through listening, he became a true friend and a kind person. Listening is one of the greatest gifts we can give because sometimes one moment of listening can heal someone's heart.